So let's do the checklist. 1, you live abroad. 2, you spend insane amounts of hours working to make ends meet. 3, you find out that even after the paycheck comes in, it's still not serving the purpose that it's meant to be. 4, you also have family back home that you need to take care of. Living abroad comes with a whole set of challenges. It doesn't matter where you are settled. It doesn't matter whether it's in Europe, America, the UK, it doesn't really matter. All these places come with their own set of challenges, especially if you come from Africa, for instance. You have responsibilities and things like that. So you have to meet up those challenges one way or the other in order to survive. And one big way to do that is to save money where possible. Saving money can be quite difficult, especially if you don't earn the big bucks, so to speak. And if you're doing something like the minimum wage jobs, then it does get pretty difficult because you still have bills to pay and you still have to think about those that you have back home. So that's another major issue for those of us who live outside our home countries. Now, there's several ways to tackle that, and one way that I use, one method that I use, is make sure you go to the shops. When you go shopping, buy in bulk. Every month, at the end of the month, when you get your paycheck, go straight to the shop, go get your produce in bulk. That's the number one secret. A lot of people know about this, but they don't really take full advantage of it, and that can be detrimental. That can set you back quite a bit. Tip number 2. Remember, or well, a lot of you know that when you go to the shops, you have a lot of products like we buy a lot of chicken, for instance. A lot of products from time to time have the red labels on them which says 30% off or 50% off and things like that. Buy those, get some of those. In fact, buy a few. Some of us tend to look away from it and say, that's bad. No, it's not. Most of them are really quite good, still in good condition. Maybe the expiry dates are quite close, maybe like 2 days from when the stickers were put on. Buy them, put them in the freezer, and then you can reuse them later. Tip number 3. As much as you can, avoid using your credit card. The credit card is a killer. Avoid brand names. Stop shopping online so much. If you have to, then you have to. But on a good day, stay away from shopping online and using your credit card. For me, for instance, I stayed away from having a credit card for such a long time. But I had to do it because, it became quite important as I stayed here longer. It became quite important that I had to get a credit card, and then technology started demanding more use of the credit card as against cash. So as we head towards the cashless society, it becomes important for you to have a credit card, but it doesn't mean that you should go buck wild and go crazy while using it. Tip number 4. You really don't need that very expensive car, do you? Really? Do you really need to get that expensive car? Unless it's vitally important that you carry stuff from point A to point B, there's really no need to actually have a car in the first place. Most of the transportation systems work. You can buy the public transportation. You can even ride a bicycle. I do that from time to time. The weather is really lovely right now, so throughout the whole of summer, from point A to B, I will be using my bicycle, I will be walking, and I will avoid having to drive. There's no point in driving when you don't have to, except if you're in the service industry or you have to carry loads of goods. That's when using a car is really important out here. But besides that, there's no real need for it. I take the buses, I take the trains, so most of the time you're really not impressing anybody. People don't really care. Tip number 5. Avoid buying all those luxury goods, the big wristwatches, the shirts, the shoes. Nobody really cares about all those kind of things. Avoid them. Go to where you have the sales, especially now during the summertime. You find a lot of sales. Go buy those ones, save money, get those. Those are, you don't really need to even go to the flea market to get any of those things. In the usual shops where we go to, you can always find good quality stuff for reduced prices. So look for those sales. Everybody does that around here. Look for those sales. Save yourself some money. If you're just joining me on this particular channel, please remember, do help me grow. Click that red button below and help me subscribe, share this video, let people know the kind of things that we have to deal with. And one other tip that I would like to leave with you is that you should have a plan, a money plan. Structure your finances. Know how your spending is every month. Have a good idea of how much you spend every month. Learn to save. That's the most important one. Learn to save. Put a little bit of money aside every month. It doesn't matter if it's 100 euros. It doesn't matter if it's $100. It doesn't matter if it's 50, 30. It doesn't matter how much. Learn to put a little bit aside. You never know when you're going to need it. That's the final tip that I want to give to you. And we know that a lot of us have families outside where we live. We have to support quite a lot of people. So it's very important that, you know, we take that into consideration every time we spend money that we don't really need to. So those are very, very key important issues that I use to help me survive out here. And saving is very important. A lot of people say, oh, we don't know, no, you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, you only live once. Those are just, don't even listen to that. Put a little bit aside every month. Every time you get something, you don't need to spend so much. You can always save just a little bit every time and you will do just fine. Thank you for being a part of today's show. Thank you for watching, and please remember to continue to watch and support, subscribe and share this video. Let people know. And of course, in the description or the comment section, do remember you can also help me. Let's know how you manage to survive while you're outside your home country, and give me a few more tips that I could even do much better than I am doing now. It's never perfect. I could always do much better. Let's hear from you. You tell me your experience and how you manage to survive living outside, living abroad, so to speak. Until next time, bye-bye.